slow me down. While the world is going crazy, oh, I'm keeping my head down. I got the TV on, but it ruins my vibe. Look at the clock, it's about that time. Oh, I wanna ride, babe. Take a ride with me. The sunlight's gone, but the moon's so bright. Oh, I'm about to cruise down my Holland Drive. Oh, I need some quiet time with me. Oh, baby, I wanna get away from the world. No TV, no radio, no. Oh, baby, I wanna get away from the world. Oh, no negative in my sedative, no, no, no.
Said I wanna go for a long ride, somewhere far, far away from here, where there's no negative space, no gender, creed or race.
Oh, just me and a highway.
Just me and you and the moon. 75 degrees in the middle of June. Sunroof open, windows down. Nowhere to go. Let's just get down. I just wanna go somewhere and escape. Baby, take me to a place somewhere far, far away from here. Oh, baby, I wanna get away from the world.
No TV, no radio, no. Oh, baby, I wanna get away from the world. Oh, no negative in my sedative, no, no, no. No TV, no radio, no. Oh, baby, I wanna get away from the world. Oh, no negative in my sedative, no, no, no.
Oh, baby, I wanna get away from the world.
No TV, no radio, no. Oh, baby, I wanna get.
Steady, are you ready? What's going on? Steady, are you ready? Are you ready? What's going on? What's going on? Cold, fresh air. Feel the melody that's in the air. I'm down, take a look around. What's going down? However do you want me? However do you need me? However do you want me? However do you need me? However do you want me? However do you need me? However do you want me? However do you need me? Steady, are you ready? Are you ready? What's going on? Steady, are you ready? Are you ready? What's going on? Tell me what's going on. Cold, fresh air. Feel the melody that's in the air. Oh yeah. I'm down, take a look around. Living at the very top of the block. There's no room. No, there's no anyone. I'll state my name to clearly. Look, it's my heading on the wall. Ever do you want me? However do you want me? Tell me what's going on. However do you want me?
Same game.
Good afternoon. I wanted to cut that. I want to get right to it. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit late. What's happening with everybody today? I just wanted to make sure all my stuff was up. Let's go to the comments. Let's get the comments down there. All right. I just wanted to make sure all my platforms were up. Looks like Facebook is back. Is everybody back on Facebook? Have you noticed that? Let me check something. Okay. Let me just make sure I got everybody here. Let me know if you're here. What's up, Tracy Dillingham? What's up, sis? Brenda Early, good afternoon. Princess Flower, what's good? Sandbox. Mama Birch. Jenny, what's good? Thomas, what's good? Twin, what's happening? Steven Speed, Room, what's happening? AP, what's good, bro? Stephanie Hyde, what's happening, cuz? I just want to make sure because, look, I know some people lost their mind. And now I got a little small problem. I'm not going to lie. Yesterday, I was lost. I didn't know what was going on. We did yesterday's show on YouTube. Fame, what's good? I see he just jumped in the building. I'm sorry, I'm seeing people come in. Lamont, what's happening? But yeah, I'm you know, Fame, I'm gonna dedicate some of this conversation today to you. LaDonna, what's good? Twin, hold your horses. Class will be in session here shortly. William Walton Jr., what's happening? All the Facebook people that lost their mind yesterday. We had to do some chest compressions on you, bring you back to life. Are we good on the sound? Tiffany Daniels, what's happening? Are we good on the sound? Yesterday, I know some people were in panic mode when they couldn't log into the account. Matter of fact, I'll be honest with you. I thought something went wrong. Valerie Davis, what's up? I thought what happened was maybe I didn't say something. The Facebook gods finally didn't shut me down. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Because y'all know Carolyn Smith, what's happening? Y'all know I'm a last minute dude. Like when I get up in the crib, I be blazing down the expressway or up. I head north. I be blazing up the expressway to get here at 1 o'clock for everybody. And I'm like, man, yesterday I was blazing and I was just trying to jumped in, got a shower, came down here and had like a few seconds to go on and everything was messed up. You hear me? Like I couldn't log in. I've had multiple Facebook pages under my name. One of them is so old, I got high school shit on it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I got pictures, like I've been removed from high school for many, many moons, many, many years. And that one has high school pictures. Yeah, I mean, that sounds crazy to some of y'all, don't it? Because, I didn't go to a traditional high school. I didn't go to a Cincinnati high school. So high school people for me is a little bit different. See, I don't get to see my high school people at that Walmart or Kroger or some old shit at the grocery store. My high school people are spread it throughout the world, and I mean that literally, not just the United States. I got friends that live in Italy. I have friends that live in Spain. I have friends that live down the street. But I don't have a tradition. I don't have a traditional class reunion. You know, we got to plan our class reunion like 3 years in advance so everybody can make the proper arrangements. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I went to Europe the other like few weeks ago, not for a class reunion, but I did get a chance to see a few of my friends that I went to school with. You know, had a little bit of fun and conversation with them. Kids today take Facebook, social media, and all this high-tech technology. They take it for granted, folks. My little girl, my daughters, both of them will ask me some shit that's sitting right in the palm of their hands. And I just say that's just so lazy. That's just so lazy. Back in our day, correct me if I'm wrong, you got to know the age group, but correct me if I'm wrong. If I asked my mama some shit, I usually had to go get on the 49 and ride all the way downtown to the library. I mean, you know what I'm saying? My mom, if my mother didn't know, she'd give me 50 cents to go get on the bus, so I'd have to go all the way down to the library. We didn't have a library in the Fay apartment. We didn't have no library. All right, now if I was a little boy, I'd go down on Land Street to the library. My grandmother used to take me to the library once a week, check out books. The first card I ever had in my life was a library card. But back to my story. If I didn't know some shit, you had to go all the way downtown to the library. You couldn't just ask your mama, and the shit wasn't in the palm of the hand. So today, in today's world, they got everything in the palm of their hand, and they still ask me crazy ass shit. And I'm like, they don't understand my frustrations because, you know, I'm dad. They look up to me. You know, you can be superhero to your children up to a certain point in life. Then now they starting to ask me shit, and I'm like, I don't really know, but it's in the palm of your hand. And they get frustrated with me when I say that, as if what I'm saying is not true. The palm of your hand got more answers than I do. Stop asking me that dumb shit. I don't know. All right. And when I do answer questions for you, you get all pissy at me and mad at me because you don't like my answer or you don't like the way I tell my answer. Come on, parents, where y'all at? If your kids don't act that way with you, I'm about to get blocked. I'm about to get muted. I'm about to get canceled from those folks. I told you I'm stepping into 25, speaking my mind. But if your kids don't act that way towards you, you a bad parent. And the reason why you a bad parent, because you ain't never tried to tell your kids shit and they not rebellious against. All kids can be rebellious against parents that's trying to keep them out of shit. Keep them away from the streets, keep them out of the bad friendships and all that. Parents get blamed for being the bad guy all the time. And if you're not one of those parents that get blamed, that means you ain't on your shit. If you had 6 kids and none of them act like that, you got 6 badass kids. I guarantee you they doing whatever the fuck they want to do. I'm just saying. I found myself, I thought I was a good parent. I was talking about this yesterday, guys. Edward Bentley said he can't hear me. You're on Facebook. Back out and come back in. But if you can't hear me, you didn't hear me say that. So back out, come back in. Back out, come back in. Trying to let him read my lips. You're the only one said he can't hear me. Jenny says, yes, Wyatt, I can relate. Uh-oh, screen move. Hold on. Sorry about that. Let me get it. Give me one. Okay, Jenny says, same here, Wyatt. I haven't seen a lot of people from high school since graduation, May of 1989. You graduated in 89? Watch this. I'm about to lose a friend. 89? Damn, you ain't seen nobody because they all gone. I'm just playing, Jenny. You left the door. That's a layup. You left me a layup, Jenny. Don't do that. No, I'm just playing, sis. I'm right there with you. I'm right around that. I'm right around that area somewhere around there. But all I'm saying to you is, if you ain't got no rebellious ass kids, you ain't doing your job. If your kids love everything about you, if they love everything about what you say to them and all that old shit, you probably more of a friend than a parent. You know what I'm saying? That's your friend. Y'all kicking it. Y'all kicking it. And those the worst parents in the world. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Thank you, Jenny. I appreciate you. I appreciate you understanding I was joking. You know, you got to be careful with some of these sensitive people. I'm gonna show you how. Look, I'm gonna show you. Y'all remember me playing this video some time ago? Now, this wasn't even on the agenda for today, but since I thought of it and I, thought about parents, we're gonna talk about parents today. Now, hold on. Yeah. All right. Remember this parent right here? This is a parent that this little girl. Now, y'all know how I am. I'm sensitive to children, so I keep it really real. It might not be flavor. Y'all might not like the taste of what I say, but this shit be real. It's just the opposite of what a lot of people say because they don't want to come off as being insensitive. That's how they keep you on the hook. You know what I'm saying? He don't like kids. But now, how could you say I don't like kids for speaking the truth when they being mismanaged? Because that's what a parent's job is to manage a kid, right? That's what parenting is management of a child. That's my opinion. Now, I know there's going to be a lot of different opinions and stuff like that, and I'm okay with it. But in my mind, the best parent in the world is one that manages a kid, not necessarily play and stay and have fun with the child all the time. If your kid is just, maybe you will raise your kid. If your kid is okay with everything that you say, your kid is probably afraid of you. Does that make sense? Like parents that bully, like there's men. I'll be honest with you. No, women do it too. That old, I knock your head off shit. I know a lot of people on these airways right here have heard that from their mom or their dad. But I knock your head off. You can't do that. But when we were kids, it was the biggest fear. But I had this thing with my mom. My mom was a little bit different. Mama Birch could probably contest this. My mother kind of talked a lot. I mean, that's probably where I got this from. But she was silent when need be, when she was supposed to be. But once you got her started, she was not. It was like a pit bull. She would just get a hold of the topic or the subject and never let go until we all come to grips on what it's going to be. It ain't got to be her way. Good afternoon, Alethea. There go my sister. Sis, I want to talk to you about that Jamie Foxx. Maybe we'll squeeze some of that in today. Y'all gonna be mad as hell at me what I say about that Jamie Foxx. Y'all gonna be mad. We'll talk about it in a little bit, I promise. Remind me, sis, if you stay around. But my mother from like where Mama Birch and them from, Mama Birch, don't get mad at me, okay? But you know the truth. Y'all hood chicks. Like I told people on yesterday, a lot of people weren't here because I wasn't able to get on Facebook. But I don't like when people use the terminology ghetto for ignorant shit. All right, my mama ghetto. I'm ghetto. Mama Birch ghetto. We're from the ghetto. We're from the hood. But everybody don't act ignorant and nasty and disrespectful. We're not that. So stop describing ignorant ass nasty people as being ghetto because that's not what we are. All right, you would get mad if they said black people. That means you painting it with a broad brush. That's wrong. All right, stop calling people that act ignorant ghetto. It's disrespectful to us who's from the hood, who's from the ghetto, and don't act like that. But now back to my mama and Mama Birch. They from the hood, so they these type of women that they will tell you. Mama Birch had she had 3 big ass kids, 3 big boys. She had to threaten their ass for them to act right. Them my brothers. I love them to death. But I'm just saying, the scare tactic is what they use. Well, knock your head off. And she had to use a bat for Jimmy big ass and Bert Darnell. Oh, man, come on. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But that being said, let me just say this to you. If your kids get along with you on everything you saying, I think that, I know you had 3 boys, 2 girls. I just think there's something wrong there. I think there's something wrong there. And I'm going to show you this video Sorry about that. That's my daughter texting. I'm gonna show you this video. You got to say what's going on with this parent. I've shown this video before. Okay. Yeah. Yes, a bat. Jimmy and them was some big boy, but yeah. But anyway, I've shown this video before, and I'm like, what? You ever remember that girl, that lady that took the little girl to the Beyonce concert, and all the hip hop stuff came out first, and she had that baby out there till 1:00 in the morning at a Beyonce concert. Y'all remember that? Let me show you this video right here. Remember this little clip? Check it out.
Sleepy because Beyonce hasn't come out yet. We just partied with DJ Khaled and Future, and who else was out there? Lil Baby and Lil Wayne tried, but he couldn't catch the beat of his own song, so he left. I don't know what that was about. We probably have 15 more minutes. Are you gonna make it?
Hell no, she ain't gonna make it. She ain't got no business being there. That's grown people shit. See, this is the type of stuff I be talking about. We don't want to talk about it. But this little girl gonna have a hard time because mama trying to be cool. Mama ain't got no clothes on out there. Mama at a grown-ass concert. You got nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. A baby, a little girl like that shouldn't be at it. And that little girl look bright. She looks smart. She looks smart. She look like she, you know what I'm saying? This little girl probably is a honor roll student. And that's just that's the type of mama right there that's gonna spoil that little girl. And y'all know it. Y'all okay, I am what do they call it? I'm assuming that's how mama gonna do it. Stop, Donna. That was not ghetto. That was just ignorant. That was just flat out ignorant. Didn't I just say stop calling ignorant shit ghetto. We're not all ignorant. We're not all stupid. Stop it. I'm tired. Y'all wasn't here yesterday, so y'all didn't. I flip moded yesterday about this ghetto terminology, bro. I can't stand it. No one says it in my house anymore. But I'm just saying, like, bro, the majority of us get out of the hood and go off. We might not be astronauts, but damn, we got 20 years on the job, been at the post office 30 years, just about to retire, had a great life. You know, shit could have been a little better. We could have done some different things if we would have known, but we ain't all the way. We ain't like what they describe it. Stop. I can't stand it. Yesterday, you got to go back and watch the show on YouTube yesterday. I put the link on the Wyatt Live page on Facebook and on Twitch. You know what I mean? Donna, I'm gonna mess with you. I don't care. You should know. You were down there playing with us. If it's so ghetto, your ass found to come down there all the time. But I'm just saying, like, if you get along with your kid, y'all know what I'm talking about when I say get along with your kid. We all love our child. But if your kid don't think that you a problem sometime, if your kid don't kind of like get a little, get a little out of line with you sometimes, I just think a parent is not doing everything they supposed to be doing with a child, you and the child, unless you just raise this kid to be immaculate. And you know what I mean? Like, yes, mom, I know nothing good happens at 1:30 in the morning on a Friday night or a Saturday night. I know. And I would never. I didn't raise that type of kid. I had a kid that wanted to be out at 1:00 in the morning when everything shut down and wanted to hang out with her buddies and go over to Waffle House and all that shit. That's my babies did it. But they didn't understand me They understood me, but they still wanted to do it. When I was the bad dad because I was adding discipline to their lives. That's what I was doing. But now let me ask you guys a question. I made a comment the other day. It didn't go over too well. For the ladies, it didn't. Fellas was probably on board with it. But I made a comment the other day when I was like, see, look. Donna said, you are our mamas wasn't doing crap like that, huh? Oh, you know our mamas wasn't doing crap like that. Oh, no, not in that video. Not in the video. My mother would have never took me to a damn Marvin Gaye concert. That's her era of slick guys when women was throwing underwear. Teddy Pendergrass, she would have never took me to a Teddy Pendergrass concert where she knew adults was gonna be there doing adult shit, throwing panties on the stage. She would have never done that. She would have never took me to a concert where there was a bunch of weed smoking going on in the audience and no shit like that. She would never do that. And that happened back in our day too, when we were little. My mom, they liked Teddy Pendergrass, and what was they doing? He was handing out flowers, and they was throwing up panties. I would have never been able to see that. My mama wouldn't have took me to anything like that. And keep in mind, my mother's only 15 years older than I am. Man, that I felt sorry for that little girl. We played that video probably a couple years ago right here on the show. I happened to see it when I was logging in some of the videos that I'm going to play today. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because of this. I know you guys have heard about all this violence that's going on at our basketball games and football games. We've talked about it. We've covered it. Not necessarily covered it deeply because I don't have any names of those that are involved, but we've talked about what the problem is. And I made a comment the other day, a couple days ago. I think it was this week. And I said, it's always the women at the games that start these fights. I meant at pro games. I didn't mean that somebody had it all twisted. Someone thought I was talking about at these little league football games and shit. Y'all part of that problem too. But I know you guys heard the other day. Let me see if I had a video, if you don't mind. Did you guys hear about the game over at Taft, the basketball game? The fight at the game? I think it was Taft and was it Taft and Woodward? The junior high? Am I mistaken that? I know it was the Taft game. I'm not quite sure who they were playing. Somebody tell me who they were playing. I could probably tell you on the video. Sorry, I took time to read a couple of the statements. Jack said, Teddy Pendergrass is a Diddy type. Sing the lyrics to turn out the lights and that car accident. Yeah. I mean, he was sex symbol to the ladies. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, he did what he did. That's what he did. You know what I'm saying? He was a sex symbol guy. But I think he was a little bit more laid back. I don't think he lived vicariously through his lyrics. I don't think that. I don't know him, but I seen his document, his little doc. And he was married. He would go home. He had a couple on the side, but he wasn't like banging 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 after shows and stuff. Like, he wasn't Luke, he wasn't a 2 Live Crew. He wasn't nothing like that. But he was a ladies' man, and he had a few. But I think Teddy Pendergrass was a little bit more respectful to the game. I think it was. Terry Coleman, what's good? Said Woodward. She said it was Woodward. Yeah, it's always Woodward. Leave them Taft senators alone. Taft ain't do nothing. I guarantee you, them Woodward boys came in there in the Taft building on some old high shit, thinking they was high and mighty. You know how they are. Thinking they about to do something slick to them. I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. I just always, every time I say something bad about them Woodward bar dogs, I'm going to say something. Now I can sneak one in. I'm going to sneak one in on their ass. Couldn't stand them. The only thing y'all had going on at Woodward was the damn talent shows. That's the only thing y'all had going on, because the cuties and, you know, the cuties 5, whatever they was called, and all the dances groups, y'all had some really good singers. I'll be honest with you. Y'all had some very Vondale and them dudes. Shit. They bro. Hey, them dudes was like Jodeci and shit before Jodeci even came out. Them boys was the shit. I don't remember all of them. Old school Lando, them his guys. Vondale and all them dudes was the shit. You know what I mean? They probably should have been on tour somewhere doing some real big stuff. You know what I mean? But it's hard to make it in that industry. It's very hard to make it. Lando gave it all he got. I promise you. Lando gave it all he got. That boy, that man, I was about to say boy, because back then he was a hustler, like he is today. But he was a hustler for anything he had going on. And I mean, he would go hard. He would go hard. If he could find a way to put them boys in the center of the Jet magazine, he would have done it. But back in our day, without social media, without all the great things they have today to promote people and do all that stuff, cost $1 million to do back then. But today, you can distribute, you can shoot your own videos, you can do all that shit on a cell phone. You can record an album on a cell phone. Technology is unbelievable. But yeah, Taft versus Woodward. There was a fight. Junior high. Look, man. Look. I don't know what it is of what's going on. I just don't know. Look, I understand how adrenaline get going. I understand how guys get to, pushing and shoving, and it can get a little out of hand. I understand how a little scuffle can go. I can understand all that. That's part of the sports. That's part of the that's kind of like competitive nature. Okay? But I got to be 100 about this. When we fought, if we had a fight or a disagreement on the court, it was them two people. That was it. Mamas and daddies wasn't jumping out the stands. Uncles and shit wasn't coming out from, you know what I'm saying? Nobody was, you know what I'm saying? Nobody was coming out of the stands, jumping in and trying to body slam people and shoving the police away to look for theirs and check on theirs. It wasn't going down like that. And what we got here is a lot. You could see the teaching on the court. You could see the home training on the court. Now, they're going to get mad because y'all going to think I'm talking about Taft specifically. I'm not. I could pull these videos up all across the country, and they all don't look like us. I can pull these videos up across the country and show you all this shit that's going on where parents are teaching their kids. They're not teaching them conflict resolutions. They're not giving them proper ways of handling stuff. They're just not doing it. And it don't help when your people in the stands talking all that old shit. Now, y'all know I'm an LSU fan, okay? Do y'all remember last year when Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, had that little pre-championship game? Remember when Angel Reese, no, it wasn't even Angel Reese. It was FloJo. It was the girl on LSU. It was Flo. She got pushed by the real big girl from South Carolina. Remember that? The center. She pushed her a little bit. She flopped and fell down and got up. And guess what? FloJo brother and her family jumping over the damn stands to come out at an NCAA championship game. Yeah, wasn't that last year? Not this year, but the year before. Thank you, Jack. Appreciate you, brother. Y'all remember that? But you do remember that game, Jack? And her brother jumped out of the stands, jumped over the scores table, and ran out on the field, on the court. Remember that? Who do shit like that? Our kids. Our children being taught to do shit like that. They see it on TV. They see it on social media. But now I'm going to show you this video that happened down at Taft. And it's only a short, okay. All right, Vincent, I hear you. I hear you. All right. But anyway, I'm sorry, guys. I really wanted to read that. It was fairly long. I apologize. But yeah, it was two, junior high teams fighting like this. You know what? I ain't even mad. I'm not mad. I'm not even gonna say anything bad about the teams, the players. I'm not gonna say anything about them. Because that type of stuff happened. To sit here and say two little dudes or two guys sitting there banging and getting position for rebounds and getting fouled, going to the basket, can't get in their feelings and get the touch, can't get to a little squabble, that would be ridiculous as an athlete. I know the possibilities are it's just very strong that that's going to happen. You know where I'm more disappointed? I'm more disappointed in the adults that come out of the stands and run down on the court. I have a problem more with that, because those same people that come out of the stands and run down there and get on the damn court to defend whoever they defending, their baby, them the same ones that be in the stands talking all the shit. Don't let him foul you like that, Johnny. That's mama. Daddy out there screaming, lock his ass down. Lock him down, Rock. Lock him down, Rock. And he ain't never locked nobody down. His daddy out there screaming and hollering, his uncle out there screaming and hollering, and they ain't never locked nobody down out on the court. They name ain't on the hallway walls at Taft or Woodward. A real baller, you go get Donald Broach, somebody that got their name on the wall down at Taft, and if his kid's sitting out in the stand, if his kid out on the court and he doing his thing, Donald Broach's gonna sit there and just look. He gonna observe. He ain't gonna have no aggression. They already got signals. They know how to talk to each other without saying a word. Those are lockdown parents. Those parents that know how to teach their kids how to just let it be about the game, son. Just let it be about the game. The way you win is to bust him up. Just keep scoring on him. Yeah, go, yeah. Hooks and all them. Yeah, that's what they do. That's how they teach their kids to win. That's just keep doing him bad. That's all you got to do. Keep doing him bad. But when parents run down on the field, that's the bigger problem for me. That's the larger problem here. And that's what we had at Taft and Woodward. Stop blaming these kids for the shit that y'all opened the door for happening. This is a parent thing. I keep trying to tell you. These little boys that sitting here banging and going hard at each other in the paint on the basketball court, it's a natural reaction to knock somebody up off of you. That's what happens. Where it gets out of hand is when you got grown people running on the court, and now you got officials, you got coaches, and now the police run out on the court. That's a problem. And then you got all these other little kids whose parents aren't there, who's sitting in the stands, who want to be up and close. They ain't gonna hit nobody. They just want to run on the court and see what's going on. Oh. It's just getting out of control. It's getting out of hand. That's how enemies begin. That's what happened at the football game few weeks ago, a month ago. That's why the young man got locked up. One of the coaches got locked up because of some shooting. Because one other team, grown-ups, wasn't no young boys, no young ladies, was not one player or one cheerleader was out there with a gun. It was the old people. It was the grown-ups. It wasn't the kids. It was the grown-ups. Told y'all we don't have a children problem. We got a parenting problem. As soon as kids see parents run out on the court, they're going to run out there right after them. Shit, mama out there, I'm gone. Same thing at the game, at the NCAA game when LSU was playing North or South Carolina. When the brother jumped over the fence, here come the rest of the family. Shit, let's go. And who pays the ultimate price? The kids. When I was doing boxing in Cincinnati, one of my biggest fears, a hidden fear, I don't know if if Tiffany Daniels is still here, but she can probably contest to this. Or if Denise is in here. One of my biggest fears was I don't want to continue to do this with the kids because the kids don't have a problem. But these parents and these adults, I'm not doing any more evening shows because they always get into it, fighting all this old shit about something about their kids and this and this and that. They always have a problem amongst each other, and it always comes down to someone such as myself or a venue. Somebody always catches the flack for what they out there doing. So what did I do? No more night fights. I'm not doing fights at night. I even took it to the pro level. I'm not investing my money into this, and the outcome is going to be this. I'm not going to do it. So people was tripping because what I was doing is I was doing shows like at 12 o'clock in the afternoon where the kids would have to report at 12, and the show would start at like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a Saturday. That was strategic for me. Because for some odd reason, people act a little bit better during the daytime than they do at night. Adults. And I just had to pull out of that stuff because I didn't want the liabilities that came along with people becoming enemies at these events. And parents were doing it. The parents that I worked with, the kids, great. But all parents ain't gonna be great, especially and the ones that we had over at Real Deal, no nonsense parents. Like they ain't gonna start nothing, but you ain't just about to come up here and be crazy with it. See what I'm saying? They parents. But at the same time, man, you can't come over here, just that's what happened at the football game. Y'all might not know the intricacies, but I know everybody that was involved. That's local. Okay, the local Cincinnati participants in this thing. I know those guys. You understand what I'm saying? I know them. Like we had conversations, and what really happened is nothing like what the news media and who would if you knew what happened, you would know that the news media was so off on what they was telling the people, what they were announcing on the news. It was nothing like what they put on the news. People still get their information from the news and they think they in the know. If you're listening to the news, I'm sorry. The news is they're just not accurate with their information a lot of times. Okay, the best they're going to give you is the right location, the time of day, and how many people were possibly involved. That's the best you're going to get. But the facts of what's going on, the news is always behind. They'll report something. This is why. Because they don't really research. They don't really do the due diligence. They don't really vet the person who's telling them what they want to. They just want the meat of the story. And they use big words or little sly words like allegedly. That clears them from any wrongdoing. When they say allegedly, this man, Ronnie shot Johnny. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. And that clears them of any liability for wrong saying and wrongdoing or, adding malice to the conversation. But that all being said, man, look, it's always the parents. It's always the parents that started. Now, the little dudes might be out there fighting. No problem. The coaches can handle that. But now, let me show you this little clip. Let me show you this video. All right? This is from the Taft game. And eventually, it's going to get to the point where the kids are going to suffer so much, they're just going to cancel seasons. And it's already getting to that point. I don't know if Fame is still here, but I think he can contest to this. It's getting to that point because some teams don't even want to come play you. Oh, Taft on our schedule? No, we ain't going down there. So that hurts the kids. Oh, we're on the team. Oh, no, we don't go over there. Withrow? No, we don't want to go over there. They can come to us, but we ain't going to them. And, we'll give them a section of the gym. They can't have that whole half side over there. We'll give them a section of the gym. This is the shit they talking about out there these days. Come on now. And I can't blame them because I don't know what's going to happen if you take your, I don't know what's going to happen. I understand because I shifted my whole promotion around traditional clocking of fights and games and shit that's traditionally at night, bringing people out, and I turned it into a day thing. because I understood the liabilities. I understood that, you know, I want to continue doing this, but I don't want what comes with the nightlife of this. I just don't want it, because if lawsuits come down, it ain't too many people gonna get sued out there but me. That's how it go. Well, who organized this? Wyatt. Whose name is on the contract or the lease for this? Wyatt. And did you remember? Thank you, Ben. Ben said no people in the stands is next. They already did that. Remember, just this, I think it might have been this year or the end of last year. What did they tell people? Yeah, we're going to let Woodward play Taft, but we're not going to let anybody in the building. Only parents. And what they don't understand, that's the problem. They let the problem in the building. Only parents and family members, close family members. You can only have your mama, your daddy, your grandmama. That's it. That's it. Well, Granny over there talking shit too. This is a fact. What I'm saying to you is a fact. Ben, is this a fact? Are they saying that we're not allowing crowds at the games? We just seen it at a Taft game. I don't know who Taft was playing. Somebody find that out for me. Some of y'all, this is y'all co-hosts. Come on, find that out for me. They were not letting fans in the stands in one of the games. And I'm saying, boy, these kids are being cheated. They being cheated for their, you only play high school ball once. You get 4 years. You only get it one time. And if you're a senior, I felt sorry for these guys. And then you have some schools that won't even they won't even go to certain schools and play. And it could be because of this type of stuff right here. Watch this video right here. Check it out. This is from the game the other day that they've been talking about. The police, not the police, but okay, Stephen Speed said it was Taft versus Mount Healthy. They had the same thing last year at a basketball game. I don't think it was Taft versus Mount Healthy in football, the one I was referring to. I do remember that. But they also had a basketball game last year where they didn't let fans come into the stadium or into the gym. But this one right here was so bad that Channel 5 News in Cincinnati, Ohio, put a post out on their page saying anybody with video or anybody with information who was at this event, can you share the videos, because the police are looking to be able to do some things. They trying to put cases on people, but I'm just saying. So look, this is what happened the other day. Okay? And you tell me what the bigger problem is here. Check it out. Okay, I seen some kids out on the floor, but you know what I didn't see? I'm not defending bad behavior, not at all. I didn't see any kids throwing any punches. I seen a couple little boys run from the stand and get out there because they like to be in the mix. They like to be there to see the shit. This is what I'm talking about. Didn't throw a punch at all. Just went out there, ran on the court to watch, to see what was going on, and ran around a little bit, and then ran back up to the stands. I got a problem with you running out on the court. He should never be able to come to a basketball game. That's how you handle that. But he didn't throw. Them two little boys didn't throw punches, were not involved in the incident like that. They should be disciplined for running out on the court, because that's a no-no. No, you can't come to any more games this year, and you're on probation next year. If we have any incidents with you're going to be kicked out next year, and you can't come to any games. Let's not end their world for doing the shit that they do. If this was a fight at the mall, them little boys would have done the same thing. I've seen it a million times. The problem that I have is the parents that ran out there. The people that I have is the people that I seen, the grown-ups out there slinging kids out, slinging, get her, and all they doing honestly is trying to get their kid and keep kids. Or I get it. I get it, but that's a problem. That's a problem because the only grown-ups that should be out there separating kids should be the coaches and the referees. And to be honest with you, Fame, correct me if I'm wrong, but referees don't even supposed to break up fights. They can get in the middle, and then if something happened, from my understanding, they're supposed to back up, get out of the way, and let their coaches handle it. That's what I've been told. Makes sense to me. If I was a referee, that's what I would do. I'm not grabbing no kid. I'm not grabbing any kids, slinging them and separating them. I'm not doing that. Because if one of them get hurt, it falls back on me, the grown-up, the referee. You're not out there to referee fights. You're out there to referee a basketball game. Shabazula said, what's the difference between the Walnut Hills Posse and A1 boys fighting at Hirsch Rec Center back in the day, Wyatt? None. The difference is those was the kids fighting back then. It wasn't no parent. The parents wasn't at Hirsch. I know exactly what you're doing. What you're saying. You're absolutely right, Shabazula. But it wasn't like it is today. We fought, bruh. I know what you're saying, and you probably was there. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we fought. I started the monologue, this whole topic. I started saying, yes, we fought at games, but we fought in a competitive nature. And when the coaches broke it up, they broke it up. My mama wasn't running out on the court. My Uncle Greg wasn't running out on the court talking about I beat some motherfucker, come do it. They wasn't doing that. They wasn't out there slinging somebody else's child around. They weren't involved in the fight. And now let me tell you why parents get into it. And Shabazula he throwing shots at me, y'all, because he knew how it was at Hirsch, the rec center. He knew that, yeah, it's kind of hard to talk. I'm not down on the kids, Shaba. I'm not down on the kids. I'm down on how the adults are reacting to this stuff, what they're doing at the games. I understand. What's up, Linda Evans? I understand how competitive juice is. I understand how it go. But now let me show you why parents, if you want to solve this problem, you got to get these type of people out of the building. I'm going to show you a video. And if you ever been to a little league football game, or if you ever been somewhere and there's two parents at the game and they close to one another. What's up, Scott Bain? What's up, Trennis Brown? Black Popeye? If you ever been to a football game and you've seen some kids, parents sitting in the stands, and one of the kids play on another, and the kids play on separate teams, this is why you have fights. I'm gonna show you this video. Y'all gonna think I'm stupid for this one, crazy for this one, but it's the truth. This is why you have fights right here. Fellas, tell me this shit right here ain't on point. Check it out.
Yo, nephew, good run, boy. Good run.
Stop his weak ass. Stop his weak ass.
Man, hey, run him on next time, boy. Go crazy.
Break a leg. Break his leg.
Hey, my dude. Hey, what's to you, my boy? These kids out here, bro, we coming up with all that negative shit, man. Hey, watch how you talk. That's my son out there, boy, for real. What you mean?
Break his leg.
All right, say no more, boy. Yo, nephew.
That's the type of shit that's going on in the stands. Which one, Mama Birch? Darnell? She said my son on the Hall of Fame at Taft. Darnell was one of the dopest players. Look, Darnell Lavender was probably the dopest football player I've ever seen come out of Taft High School. Darnell Lavender, he was the first one I ever seen with college offers. I was a little boy. We were little. But Darnell Lavender was, see, she said yes. Darnell Lavender was the dopest football player out of Cincinnati. He played linebacker, played both sides of the on the field. He was the dopest. Anybody want to debate that? We can go all the way back. We can go all the way back. He was dope at Porter. And I think he played varsity all through high school. He was the dopest dude. He could have went to Nebraska. He was an amazing football player. I'm not just saying that because I know him. I can name a few. Kennard Johnson. I mean, these guys, he was a basketball player. He was the dopest basketball player that ever came out of Taft High School. I've never seen anybody. And he went overseas and played for damn near 20 years. Shout out to Kennard. Shout out to Darnell Lavender. Those are Taft guys. She said Bloom and Taft. So he went, I thought Darnell went to Porter. Well, he used to wear that shit. He used to wear that green and white, that Porter stuff when we was outside playing football. He would always have to shoulder, I'm not gonna make him a criminal, but we used to steal the equipment and shit from school and come outside and play out in the court. So we used to play football. You know how you start, y'all know football in the neighborhood. They don't do that shit anymore these days. They don't play Killer Man and all that. But what we used to do is we all had equipment on playing in the yards in downtown. We didn't always play with no equipment on. Sometimes we all had equipment. Everybody had equipment. I remember my football helmet was the Houston Oilers. And do y'all know Adolphus Washington? His son played for Taft and went on to the NFL. His son is just as big as he was. Adolphus was probably 6'2", 325 pounds in the 6th grade. His dad, like, one is a junior, one is a senior. The daddy, my age guy. Yeah, he still lives in Cincinnati. But his son was amazing at Taft, too. Went on to play was drafted, went to Ohio State, and went on to play for, like, the Buffalo Bills. I think he went to Tampa. He went to a few different teams. Got injured. It's an injury. It's a brutal sport. Injuries is what take you out of it. But Adolphus Washington played when we was little kids. His daddy played with us. He was 6'2", 325 in the 6th grade. And he wore the Pittsburgh Steelers shit when we were out there. He had that black helmet with the orange pants, gold pants, and oh my God. And I had on the Houston Oilers. Let's get back to it. It's the parents. Those parents are out there talking shit. Yeah, his son had the same name, Donna. Break his leg. Knock him out the game. And if you're a parent, you hear this over your shoulder, just like in the clip. Let me see if I got the clip. Just like in the clip. You're not trying to hear that. That ain't part of the game, bro. That ain't part of the game, partner. Like, that's my son out there you talking about killing. And that ain't good business for everybody. Everybody ain't like that. If you're gonna tell your son to do something, just tell him to be slick or stop him or but don't break his leg, kill him, hurt him. And I know that sounds kind of soft to a lot of people, man, but that ain't the type of language that you should have when you're dealing with other people, when you know other people's kids are standing right there. And this is the shit that jumps off. Why do you think they had that fight at the football game in the Little League football? That's what happens. Wasn't no 9 and 10-year-olds out there fighting so bad that somebody had to get shot or shot at. That's ridiculous. That's grown-up emotions that's out at them games that's causing all this ruckus and bullshit. That's what it is. I can guarantee you, no 9 or 10-year-old brought a gun to the game that day. And I can guarantee you this, at that Taft Woodward game the other day, none of them kids would have ran on the court if grown people didn't run out there first. I wasn't there. I wasn't there. So if anybody wants to say you don't know that, because that's the famous, you can see something 100 times and get a 80% return on how you feel about something, and people will still deny the majority of what you've seen all your time. They'll say you don't know that. You don't know if that's gonna happen. That ain't how. You don't know. The 10% other way could have went that way. You're right. But law of averages is kind of floating my way, and it says that most cases like this, just like the football game, just like the game, the boxing events that I used to put on in the city, every time there was a problem, it came from the stands. It came from the adults. And it's always adults just like this. And who pay the ultimate price? The kids. The kids. It's just foolish to think that kids in a contact sport aren't going to have run-ins, aren't going to fight, aren't going to push and shove. That's just foolish to think this is not going to happen. And if I'm in charge of CPS, which I'm not, I plead to the superintendent, don't hurt the kids in your decision of what you do. All right, please monitor, vet the attendance, vet the people coming in the building. If you put a weed detector on their ass, you hear me? Bring some respect to the building, and then the building probably won't be disrespected. Because it'd be people walking in these games, and you know what they smell like. Some be wobbling and barely getting in there. They be drunk, high, and in there talking shit, living vicariously through their nephew who is a dope-ass basketball player or a great-ass running back. The shitty-ass uncle. The father who ain't never really been in the kid life. They done found out he's scoring 30 a night. Now all of a sudden he want to bring his ass over to the stadium and be the daddy. That's my boy out there. I was just like, he got that from me. Shut up. Shut up. Shut that shit down. Stop making it so hard and bad on these kids, man. This all adult shit. It's all adults. So if I could say something to Miss Murphy, I would just say, put you a guard, the police, put your parents, get you what are those parents? What is it called? Not the boosters, but get your parents there, the team parents at the door. And if the shit don't look right, you don't let them in. And if they get mad, let them talk to the police officer right there or whoever monitoring the building, because you can't even throw an event without official police officers. On-duty police officers, well, I shouldn't say on duty, but they have to be licensed police officers in the state of Ohio. You cannot put on an event. You can't, I know CPS has that rule. And most events in Ohio that are sanctioned all have this rule where you got to have an off-duty, what do they call it? An off-duty police officer or a sheriff, and it's a detail. And it's based on how many people are in the building. So Taft is going to have at least 2 in the basketball gym. At least 2. That's a damn shame that you got to have the police there. Got to. And it's there everywhere. You can go all the way out to the suburbs, to the country fields. They have the same rules because it's a state rule. Alethea, I promise you, sis, I am going to say something about that Jamie Foxx thing. Please stay in. Please stay in here. Y'all gonna be mad. She gonna call me tonight. Bro, I can't believe you said that shit about Fox. I'm sorry. I gotta tell the truth what I see. Shit. Ed Dixon, what's good? Kevin Milan Jr., what's good, nephew? She said, I'm here. You better not. I'm going to tell the truth. I'm not saying it was bad. I'm not saying the Jamie Foxx thing is not bad. It's on Netflix, by the way, if you want to go see it or whatever. I'm trying to give people a few days to see the shit before I start saying what I'm saying, because I don't want to be a spoiler. I don't want to be a spoiler. See, look at that. They already defending him. They ain't even heard what I said. They don't even know how I feel about it. I guess you just gonna think negative. Yeah, I'm negative about Jamie. Why can't I just feel the way I want to feel about that shit? I'm just telling you what I see. I'll talk about it in a day or two, but I'm gonna say something when I finish this topic. Go here. Linda Sayers, what's up? How you say your last name, Linda? Say less. Say less. Sayles. If that was my last name, they'd be going in on me. Wyatt, you need to say less. But is it sales? Like selling away like sales? I'm not saying you shouldn't love Jamie Foxx. He's just not funny to me. You know what? If I buy a ticket to go see Jamie Foxx, I'm okay. Let me just say this before if I buy a ticket to see Jamie Foxx, he better have a piano on the stage. You understand? I don't need none of his corny ass jokes. Jamie Foxx is a better entertainer on the stage of singing and playing the piano, and he's a great. You know what? I don't say this that often. Jamie Foxx is a really good singer. He's almost on the great scale of singing, but he's that corny dude. He that dude in high school where we had a guy who still sings to this day. Bless his heart, Adrian. Y'all know Adrian, right? Adrian Hall. He went to Withrow with us. Adrian could sing his ass off, but and I don't mean this in a bad way because he's still my bro. He was really goofy. So he could sing real good in class, but he would sing like jokes. Ooh, your mama got booty. He was just, he could blow. He could sing real good, but you couldn't take him serious because he would sing a joke. That's how Jamie Foxx is to me. But once he got on the music scale and came out with an album and took his music a little bit more serious, the boy is he is a great singer. His jokes, I just can't get with it. The joke's corny as hell. I can't get past the shit. Jamie Foxx is not funny to me. That's just, I guess it's a preference. Jamie Foxx is not funny to me, but I love him. If I pay $50 or $100 to go see him, he can sing all night. I love his album, all that. But don't do Wanda, bro. We don't want to see that shit. I don't want to see that. And he's a pretty good actor as well. But if I buy a ticket to see Jamie Foxx, he got to have a piano. If it ain't no piano on the stage, I want my money back. I can do without the jokes. And his special on that same line for me. The only thing that made his special effective, viewable, like make you want to engage and see it, the only thing was his story of his stroke. And I don't want to spoil it. Like I said, I didn't really want to talk about it until I give people, it just came out yesterday or the day before. I don't know. Let's give it a few days. Let's maybe talk about it next week. And you know what? Here's the thing. Like John Ludd just said. He said, I loved it. I thought Netflix special was fire. I ain't mad at you for that. Because I could see how, an emotional, touching story, some of it's some bullshit. I could see how it could get to you and make you melt and love him all over again. I'm just saying. But all that old shit that he, I couldn't get with the jokes. I could get with the story was dope. Him bringing his little girl up there and them singing and doing a duo together, that was dope. But that was 5 minutes. You had an hour. I'm looking for some Eddie Murphy shit. I'm from the Eddie Murphy era. I'm from when the stand up there and make you laugh soon as you walk out, soon as they walk out, you already dying. I'm from that era. I'm from the Richard Pryor era. Richard Pryor could stand up there for 2 hours and you would need water. You would need some rest from laughing so much. These guys ain't really that. They're not really that. And I don't mean to be disrespectful. I'm from a different era. Jamie Foxx was funny on In Living Color. That was in the 90s, folks. That was in the 90s. We in 2024 and it's not the same. That's just me. That's my take. I would recommend everybody go check it out though. Because it don't work for me don't mean that it ain't going to be good for you. I mean, we can all like Kool-Aid. It just happens my flavor is great. I like grape and orange. Some people like strawberry and some other shit. Now, Cat Williams, yeah, I could, look, I plug in the Cat 10 years ago. I couldn't stop laughing at Cat. Cat ain't all that funny to me every day. Cat Williams, I give you enough. Monique used to have me in stitches, but her last special was trash. And I love her. I think she's great. I think she's good at what she does. But Monique last special, it just wasn't it. It wasn't it. You remember when we were in pandemic? We were in the pandemic and we were at the everybody was needing more content because we were all locked in the house. You know what I mean? And Netflix ran out of shit. Yeah, they had no content left. I mean, if you were gonna watch something on Netflix, you had to watch something you already seen. They just ran out of movies because of the pandemic. Everybody was locked in and you was just watching movies all day. That's special, and it's going, boy, if she was to ever hear this, she would think that I was shooting a shot. But that special probably would have ran. It probably would have been great during COVID. And the Jamie Foxx one for me on that same level. It probably would have been great during COVID. The last Cat Williams special would have been fire during COVID. But I got to call it what I call it. Just because, look, Jamar Chase, my favorite wide receiver. He didn't have a good game week 2. So if I call him out on it, does that mean I don't like him? Does that mean that he's anybody that like Jamar Chase is stupid? No, I don't. I'm a grown man. I don't operate like that. I'll call you out for what you did that day, that time, but that don't necessarily mean that you ain't shit. Like you had a bad game. You had a bad Netflix special. You had one. Jamie Foxx had a bad one to me. Cat Williams had a bad one to me. I can't go and say Dave Chappelle because Dave Chappelle is fire. Okay, he's the type of dude where he intellectually joke you and some shit go over your head and you'll catch it a little bit later because now he said the same joke a different way and it kind of circles back. You understand? Circles back to how he said it the first time and now you get it. And you laughing from some shit he said 10 minutes ago. He had you chasing your laughing. He's a great artist. Dave Chappelle's a great artist. Okay. But that all being said, I got to get back to the children. Let me go to the phone lines before I do that. Okay. Let me just do that because people been holding. My apologies. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with? Hold on 1 second, caller. Give me 1 tick. Let me cut you up. I'm still recouping from yesterday. My apologies. Are you there, caller?
I am.
Oh, hey, caller. How you doing, man? It's Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
The Imperial Fame Rothstein. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about yourself? What's good?
I'm outstanding per usual. A couple things. Yesterday when you were talking with Marquetta at the end of your show, talking so long to her, I was able to form. I already had a hypothesis about you, and listening to you talk with her yesterday, that kind of confirmed it.
Confirm what?
And then a theory I got about you, Randall Wyatt, podcaster. entrepreneur, all that other shit you say you do. It just told me a lot about you.
Okay.
It confirmed what I already suspected. And then today, when you come in and you say that just out of random, talking about, yeah, you know, that dad ain't never seen his kid and come to the game, blah, blah, blah. That was just more fodder that confirmed what I had about you.
Don't act like that shit ain't real. But go ahead, make your point. Go ahead. What you trying to
I know I ain't saying it wasn't real, but it just that was just such a random
it wasn't
a random mention of an absent dad. It was a very random mention.
It wasn't random.
In that context of an absent, it was random, Randall.
It's not random.
It was random, Randall.
It was not random. It was part of the conversation because that's part of the life. That's what go on.
It absolutely was not
it's
a
not
part of that conversation.
Huh?
It was a random.
Okay, go ahead. Make your point.
It's not.
Make your point.
But what I wanted to say was, as a game official, I've actually had to stop the game and tell coaches to tell their parents, like, hey, let's not say certain things like that.
To parents?
You know, like, for instance, huh?
You said to parents?
Yeah, because you're not really supposed to. The game officials don't police the parents. It's out. It's considered outside the playing field, outside the ball field. It's behind the fence. The coach is responsible for his parents' behavior.
Okay, I got you.
Parents and fans' behavior. So you would tell them, because I've done that before. Like, for instance, very common jargon in baseball, when you want somebody to make a good throw at a certain base, you'll say, shoot him at second.
Okay.
Usually when you're talking to the catcher, shoot him at second.
Right.
I'm at Roseline or Del High, tell the parents, like, hey, I don't know if shoot is the proper word around.
Oh, bro.
I'll give a damn. It's my game. It's my game.
No, it's not your game. It's not your game.
It's my game. I can conduct it. I need it.
This is what's wrong. This is what's wrong.
I ain't never had a fight. I ain't never had a fight at a game.
Listen,
I ain't never had a fight at a game.
Fame. It's one thing to umpire a game. It's another game. It's another thing to think because you umpiring a game that is your game. It's not your game.
It is.
It's not.
It is my game. I'm responsible for that game.
It's not.
I'm responsible for it.
No, I'm not buying that. You are responsible for it, but that don't make it yours. You're responsible for balls and strikes.
I'm taking responsibility because it's mine.
No,
you're responsible. Oh my God.
See, wait a minute, hold on.
Stop.
Hold on.
Stop.
Bro,
Go ahead.
Hold on, bro. Let me just say this to you, bro. See. You one of them referees that want to control the game, control the pace, and take the game away from the players. No, that's not how it goes. What happens in this? Wait a minute, hold on.
If it's a baseball game, you're going to get 7 innings in less than 2 hours. That's a damn good pace.
Okay, so
I'm going to get you in and out. We're getting 42 outs and getting the hell out of here.
Let's stick with baseball, okay? Because I was thinking baseball, basketball. I was all over the place with it. So let's specifically talk about baseball. You're the umpire. You know what you're responsible for? Balls and strikes. Safe and out. That's it. You're not.
No, it's called game maintenance. It's called preventative maintenance.
That's a bad referee that want to manage the game.
Just like that. Just like in football. Just like that football. That guy was talking about some break his legs, all shit like that. If I'm a football game and I hear that, I'm telling the coach, you tell that parent he can't talk like that.
Well, that's one thing.
Because all it does it's preventative maintenance.
Exactly. I agree with you on that. That's a different situation. Whoa.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, here we go. Here's the disconnect between you and I in this conversation. Because I totally agree with what you just said, okay? But here's the disconnect. When you say it's your game and you control the game, I'm thinking as an athlete, let us just play. But what you was talking about is what's going on in the stands. That's what you talking about, right? Are we on the same page now?
I don't know because again, I think you're taking the word "my game" too literal.
Yeah, I am because I've been out there.
I'm responsible for that. I'm responsible for this game, and therefore
Fame.
I've been an official for 20 years. I've only been in one fight.
Okay.
I've only seen one fight, and that was 2 years ago.
It's not because
I do preventative maintenance.
It's not because you stopped it. So if you was refereeing, let's go to basketball for a second. If you were refereeing that Woodward Taft game yesterday, that JV game, it wouldn't have been no fight because 20 years of reffing, you would have did that would have been handled totally different as the referee. That wouldn't have happened on your watch. Is that what you're saying?
It would have been a double tech 5 minutes ago.
Okay.
There's been a double tech 5 minutes ago. If I had to spin the block on a double tech again, we're gonna do it again. But we ain't about to fight on this damn field.
You ain't stopping no fight out there, bro. You're not stopping that.
Yes, the hell you are.
No, you're not.
Yes, the hell you are.
No, you're not. You're not stopping that.
Listen,
I know where you're going.
Telling you.
I know where you're going.
Are you an official? Are you an official?
I'm not, but I'm an athlete. But now let me say this. I agree.
Listen to somebody who does that. You're a millionaire. If I need stock advice, I need boxing promoting advice, I'm calling Wyatt. Listen to the goddamn official.
Listen.
Who tells you how not to get in the fight.
I agree. You
can, on a game.
You can I can understand.
This is
I understand what you're saying.
Why are you arguing with me?
Fame, because
listen some damn time. Go ahead.
Boy, I'll tell you, boy, you about to get it. I'm just saying. Fame, I agree with you when you say certain things about managing a game, because you're right. If two kids are getting into it on the court, we're talking basketball. If two kids getting in on the court and they kind of getting aggressive and pushing and shoving, yes, you can issue a tech. It should calm it down. But that don't always work, Fame. It don't always work. And here's the other thing. Were you at that game the other day where the guys got into it? Where the players got into it at the half over?
No, not the basketball game.
You
were
not at the game. So technically, no pun intended, technically, you don't know if technical fouls or things were issued before this outbreak even happened. You don't even know if that stuff was already put in place. I don't know it either.
You call a timeout. You call the officials timeout. You call the officials timeout. And since it's on the players, you talk to the AD because there's a school rep there. Usually the athletic director or a principal, some type of administrator. There's somebody at the with the school who has real clout there to say, hey, this continues. We're gonna clear the gym and just let them play, and then we're gonna get out of here. But you let it be known that this type of behavior is leading toward a fight or some other shit that I ain't come here for.
No, I get it.
And it's gotta stop now.
I get it.
You keep getting it. Why do you keep arguing it? I don't get it.
Because what I'm trying to tell you is that tactic don't always work. You're not saying anything that's wrong, Fame, but what I'm telling you is even using your method of handling this conflict resolution, it just don't work all the time. You're dealing with some kids. You're dealing with some parents. And then you come with the nuclear action. And then you have the nuclear option.
You know why you don't have no fight? You know why you don't have no fight? If this continues, there will be no more basketball being played tonight.
I get it. That'll work. You know what, bro? Let me tell you something, bro. That's why
won't it work?
That's why because
as a game official, I
know one thing. You came in here.
It ain't safe.
Hold on. You came in here and you shot shade as soon as you dropped on the phone. Soon as the people could hear you. I'm about to tell you. As soon as I cut the volume up loud enough, you went straight for the jugular. You went straight to my throat. So I got to give you some get back.
How'd I go for your throat? How'd I go for your throat?
I got to give you some get back. Because you said all this, so you went into this long ass speech about how you knew I wasn't. Now I know how you are. Now I know what you are. Now
no, that's it. Because as a podcaster that I've been listening to for 4 years now, I kind of figured out your personality.
Come to get back.
That's all. That just tells you that should tell you as a podcaster, like, okay, this guy listens to what I'm saying.
All right.
He doesn't just hear my voice and turn it on at 1 o'clock. He's listening.
Okay.
Some people listen. Some people are just there to say, oh, that's Wyatt. A guy I've known since I was 10 years old.
Okay.
And just play it in the background.
Okay. You ready?
Okay. Right.
You ready?
Continue.
Okay. Fame. The reason why, in my opinion, that you have not had a fight at any of your games in 20 years is because you probably go out to them countries, to the country. You probably go out to them soft ass games and referee them soft ass little games out there. And that's the only reason why, because your method is correct. Okay. But when you have people that don't understand conflict resolution and they don't care about authoritarian figures, they don't care if it ain't gonna be no game or if the game gets shut down. These two little boys that got into it the first time at this game have been told by their coaches, by the school administrators, by everybody, if you put your hands on somebody or if something happens and we get into a fight or anything happens, the season is over. Y'all can't play no more. You're gonna get kicked off the team. And it still happens. It still happens, Fame. No matter what you do.
That's because a lot of times, some officials are heavy-handed.
You keep putting it on the officials, bro.
I'm not them.
You keep putting it on the officials. And if you think about it, the families that run out on the court, what is the official gonna do to them?
He ain't gonna do nothing.
I know.
He could have stopped him.
I know.
He could have cleared the
And now
field.
let me ask you something,
because trust
Fame.
me, there was something going on that told him that I have unruly parents here. This is not a good situation. We got to come up with an alternative if we want to finish this game.
Okay, well now let me just say this to you, Fame, because you are the professional official. You've been doing it for a long time, and I respect that. Now answer this question for me, bro. With all due respect, if two little guys get in a fight and you're the official out there on basketball, and they get into a fist fight, they scuffling. Do you break that fight up or do you move out of the way?
It depends.
Okay, on what?
One thing. I'm not gonna let a kid get like waylaid. And like if he doesn't already call a 2-piece, doesn't hit the ground, I'm not gonna let the kid, get on top of him.
We're not asking you to be a referee for the boxing ring. I'm saying if two kids,
right.
I'm not saying
but
stand him up with an 8 count.
I
I don't want you to give him an 8 count and all that shit. I'm asking you.
If I got 2 6'4", 230-pound kids fighting, I'm not stepping into that. That's too much for me at my age and size to try to take that out, to break that up. But if I got 230-pound ninth graders fighting, I'm stopping that.
Okay.
I'm stepping in that and stopping that.
Well, is that how you're trained, or is that just your personal approach?
That's just my own personal approach.
Okay, because
I'm not going to get in trouble because I'm not going to get hurt.
Right.
And I'm not going to hurt a kid doing that.
But if I'm not mistaken, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not a trained official. Now, I told you I went to the little school when I was a kid. But now, if the training doesn't call for you to break up the fight, the training says
does not. Best practice is, you stay away from it and get out of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what happens is when you breaking up this fight, and you get into it with one of them, or one of them punch you or do something, and one of them fall because you breaking up the fight. Now you have liability. See what I'm saying? So that's why they don't want you to do anything. That's why it's important that they just vet these games, bro. Would you agree or disagree with that? Should they stop letting people that smell like the club come in, knowing they just turn drinking? You know how these games turn. You know the people that come in these games, Fame. You done been there 20 years. You know the type of people that walk in these games. And you know the guys that be out there at the football games and these little league football games. You know the ones that be out there gambling. You know the ones that be out there placing bets on these little boys. That shit has to stop, bro. That has to stop.
Oh, yes, it does. It does. You would like to think, I like your little statement earlier, bring some dignity, and some dignity will come out of the game, or whatever you had said.
You gotta bring respect.
That was pretty spick.
Well, it's bars, bro. You know it to be true. You gotta bring respect and dignity.
It was. I can't front on that. It was great. But vetting that, you're approaching a very slippery slope with public school buildings that are paid by taxpayers.
Yeah, but they have
telling
strict
people
rules.
they can't come. Telling people they can't come because of this, specific reason, because we don't like the way you're dressed. We don't like the way you smell. That's you're approaching a very slippery slope. That's got lawsuit written all over it.
I agree. So what happens is, and this is what happens. The reason why they tell people that no one can come is to prevent what you just said, that lawsuit.
Exactly.
Okay, no parents, nobody can come but mother and daddy or uncle or grandma. You have to be
immediate household.
Exactly. And see what that does, man. I couldn't imagine playing a basketball game for Taft, Woodward, Withrow, any high school. I couldn't imagine playing with only about 40 people in the building, because it's only my teammates and their families, and the high school experience of the cheerleaders, all of it. You're letting the bad people mess it up for it's so much more good people in the building, and you're letting those few bad people spoil it for everybody. That's amazing to me.
I mean, well, that's the community. That's a microcosm of the community. You got a few bad people that are out there doing the shootings, the robbing, and whatnot. So there's a heavy police presence in the community for a couple weeks.
Yeah, I mean, that's
what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, it correlates. It's the same thing. You're right.
And so yeah, basically yeah. But yeah, I was trying to tell you that yeah, I don't. Some of that is on the officials, but a lot of that is is from the parents. It's the whole everybody involved in it. The officials, the players, the coaches. Even some of the TV athletes, the big colleges and pros, like the shit they do on TV sometimes. The kids try to emulate it. That Delta ass shit that they were doing.
Yeah.
Like, that you don't know how many football games I've heard that there were fights because of that. The other team that won, they take a belt and start whooping them up during the handshake line. Yeah, we whooped y'all ass. Like, that's some bullshit.
Wait a minute.
And as a coach, you should get suspended for that.
Let me ask you something, brother. Let me ask you something real fast. Hold on. Sorry about that, bro. Did you see that Ohio, the state of Ohio, is trying to put a bill in place to make it a felony to plant a flag on the opposing field? Did you see that?
Yeah, that's kind of heavy-handed by some real lawmakers. That's very heavy-handed.
See, here go the thing. I see it's just a preventative measure. I see it being just a preventative measure. Basically, what it is, folks, for those that may not have gotten it, Ohio State and Michigan had a game the other week, and in that same weekend, there was multiple fights on the field. And what was going on is when you play on the road, as like Michigan came in and beat Ohio State on their home turf, so it's some Johnny Manziel type stuff. They take the flag and they put their team flag in the center of the stadium like this is our house, and then punches start going on. Okay? And they're trying to outlaw it in the state of Ohio and make it a felony to plant a flag. It's an overkill. I understand, but it's just called a preventative measure. They don't even, I would rather them just say, hey, we're not allowing flags.
The preventative measure is not getting your ass whooped at home. That's the preventative measure.
Well, I don't know how that
defending your home turf.
Yeah, I get that.
That's some rivalry stuff. The coolest thing any team has ever done in all those sports, pro or college. One of your homeboys, your Ace Boomcoon, lives up there in Toledo.
What about it?
And they're the Toledo Rockets.
Mm-hmm.
Their rival is who? Bowling Green.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, their college rivalry is Bowling Green. What the Rockets have done, they constructed a rocket out in front of their football stadium, and it's aimed to land where? On the 50-yard line of Bowling Green. Creative, slick, funny.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That bullying trying to, the flag on the 50-yard line shit, that's just too much.
Yeah,
that's going to cause fights.
I agree.
You see what I'm saying? I like, witty, creative shit like what that seemed like what some college kids would do. That's, that's funny and creative. That type of shit. But all that extra stuff, it'll lead to a fight every time. And plus, like I said, the kids will emulate what they see on TV. They see somebody defending their home with a fight, they're going to do the same thing.
Yeah, they also gonna run out on the court. They also gonna run out on the court fame if they see their mother or their father or their uncle or somebody run out on the court. They're gonna do the same thing. Like, do you remember the LSU South Carolina game, the championship game? Well, it was the semi-championship game.
Yeah, well, FloJo, I saw that. Yeah,
FloJo's brother ran out there, and all the family was starting to run out there because she ran into a brick wall. She ran into a pick. The girl ran up on her and knocked her down a little bit. That type of shit right there shows you, bro, that comes from outside. That's outside distractions that cause that stuff to happen. It's not really the players to me.
Well, just to balance it, that doesn't just happen in the inner city.
No.
Or urban population either. No. Just this weekend, I was out in a remote county at a wrestling event,
I told y'all he'd be out there refereeing that soft shit.
Say what?
I told y'all he'd be out there refereeing that soft shit. I told you. Go ahead, man.
Bring your little 160-pound ass out there and see how long you're gonna wrestle.
160? You think I'm 160?
And watch some 120-pounder press your ass up. Wrestling, you better be able to. use your hands and box them off of you, because once they get to you, it's over.
Yeah. I don't mess with the wrestling boys. I don't do that. You're right.
Exactly. So I was out in the sticks with these fools.
Yeah.
And kid got pinned, and I guess the kid's older brother didn't feel like the other wrestler was disengaging quick enough. He starts to run onto the mat. His dad had to grab him and keep him from running on the mat.
Yeah.
You understand? So yeah, that happens in every community. It just depends what sport they're serious about.
It does. And I've never narrowed it down to just in the black community. I definitely didn't say that at the beginning. I made that clear at the beginning.
Well, I just had to make sure, because, you get called coons and whatnot. You say, yesterday you saying how it was hurting your feelings. These niggas got you crying.
Wait a minute, what?
Going at home, testing your own personal worth and shit. Damn.
Wait a minute, what? What did you?
You know what I'm saying?
You really trying to start some shit. I ain't got time to be going to
no
spaghetti
factory. You said you crying. I guess you're proud of y'all supposed to be cool and shit. Act like you don't listen.
Don't get out of hand with it. Look, I was not crying and shit. You sound crazy as hell. I was just letting it be known. And I feel like anybody that want to call me names and you've always had the phone number here, or you've always been treated with the utmost respect over here. I was just trying to say to people, what's the point? Who let's be honest, Fame. Who looked like the soft batch when all this time you've been over here watching and talking and we've been cool, but yet you can't come in here and tell me how you feel like that. You got to go out. And all I've done, Fame, did I ever disrespect your mans? Because I know that's your mans. That's your dude. See, that's how them the circles you run in. Them your backbiting ass friends, bro. Burning the candle from every direction. Them your boys.
Hold on, one last little bit. I don't know what you're gonna say about Jamie Foxx, but like I told Emmanuel last night, I have no intention of watching it, because once I heard some of the jokes he was making, or just some of the fodder of it, I get tired of these black comedian specials, dealing with their recent struggles. Then some of the stuff isn't funny.
It's not fun. It wasn't. Funny
it's not joke worthy to me.
No, it wasn't funny to me. Even basically what he was saying was, I had to go through a health scare to stop being an asshole. And that's just me putting it in a nutshell. Y'all can call me a hater because Jamie Foxx is rich and famous and all that old stuff. All I'm telling you is the story basically to me, Fame, is him saying that I'm Jamie Foxx. No, this is not me paraphrasing. This is how he said it. I can't be going through nothing like this. I'm Jamie Foxx. I'm better than the world. See what I'm saying? I'm invincible. See, and that's all he was saying. And then when he said this, I really don't want to say it because it's gonna be a giveaway. So I'm gonna keep it to myself. But I'll paraphrase it so you won't, when you hear the joke, because it's a joke, because I know he's telling a joke. When he say this, you'll say, "Oh, okay, that's what Wyatt was talking about." When he say that he not dating certain people anymore, see, that shit ain't funny to me. I
saw that too, yeah.
That shit is not funny to me because it's not funny to me because you didn't damn near did it for all this time and you used it up and abused it up and did all the shit you needed to do. You had all your fun. You know what I'm saying? Now you're going to turn around and want the sympathy from the sisters. And that shit don't work with me. It don't work with me. That's all I can say.
Right. Well, that's another level of it. I didn't think of that part, that particular, want sympathy like that. I just like, man, that type of shit ain't funny. Almost dying and whatnot. I'm never going to laugh at that. That's all I was thinking of.
Fame, let me ask you this, bro, before we get off the line. You know what's crazy about that? Here's the thing that I seen. Some of y'all might look back on it and say, yeah, damn, that's kind of odd, but it's the truth. Jamie Foxx did the same thing that Martin Lawrence did 20 years ago. Had the
same outfit. I saw that. Yeah,
same outfit, same story. It wasn't quite the same story because they didn't have the same health scare, but it was close. And he didn't bring, what's his name? Martin Lawrence didn't bring his kids on the stage. That didn't happen. But the stories are somewhat similar and how it kind of brought them back down to earth. But I seen acting going on, and I'm just saying, like, I seen it. I think it was a real story, but I've never seen a man cry 3 times without dropping a tear. I've just never seen it before. All right, so y'all do what
Yeah,
you
well,
want to do with
he
it.
is an artist. You know what I'm saying? He is an artist,
mean,
so I can see that. Like
I'm
I said,
not-
I didn't
look.
watch the whole thing. I just seen like bits and clips of it.
I'm
But
trying.
no, listen, I'm off here and let you
Okay,
finish,
brother.
and you know, because I'm sure you got some short time coming or whatever.
All right,
But
brother.
I'm gonna call you tomorrow morning and tell you what my theory is, and you tell me if I'm on base or off base or whatever. And if you want to share it with the show or whatever, that's on you. I didn't want to put because then I would have been putting you on blast. I'd have just told you that I'm not going to even without warning you. So that's one thing.
Theory of what? I'm sorry. What?
A theory of your ass.
Of me.
The theory of Wyatt.
Okay.
Wyatt.
Shit. Okay, I'm with that. We can see what the theory of. Okay, yeah, I'm cool. I'm with that.
So yeah, all right. So I'll holler at you tomorrow. But until then, everybody, y'all be well.
All right, that was Fame engaging with us today. Thank you, Fame, for calling in. You know, we go back and forth. Back, forth and forth. We go at it sometime. Fame, I want to show you this video because this is something. This is a video I want to show, and it has Fame's name written all on it. And the reason why I'm showing this video, if you have children in the room, I'm not advocating violence. But we were having a conversation yesterday about people just don't play about their kids. They don't play when it comes down to their kids being involved in some shit or somebody threatening their kids, or because some of us just don't. It's a no-go for some people when it comes to their kids, and it come down to other people threatening them. And Fame was always saying, like, he was saying something to the nature of, you ain't got to be throwing hands and all that. He got on me because of my reaction of when this homeless guy, I guess he was homeless. He came out of the little bushes and he didn't have no shirt on. And it was a little white dude. And he kind of was, he startled my wife and my youngest daughter, and he came up on him. He pulled up on him. So I had to step in. And what Fame was mad at is that he thought I was threatening some homeless dude, crackhead, or whatever he called it. And I'm like, no, bro, it's like, it's a defense mechanism that a lot of men have. And that is when their families are threatened, if you can see the immediate threat, we ask questions later sometime. Like, we don't wait to see if he gonna do something. Sometimes we step and do something first. And it's not always the right tactic. It's not always the right thing to do. However, sometimes the story is already in your mind of what's going to happen because you're looking at somebody's eyes, or they threatened your family. Remember, they said that the dude on the train, I heard on one platform, somebody said something about it ain't nothing wrong with threatening somebody. That ain't against the law. And as long as they just saying what they going to do, that ain't bad. That ain't bad. That's you can threaten somebody. That ain't nothing. You understand? That's bullshit. There's people out here that defend their family. Family come first. And it's like, hey, you threaten my little girl? Oh, okay, well, take that shit out on me. And then they swing. They not waiting to see if you will swing. You said what you gonna do. Now let me see you do it. That's how some people are. So I wanted to play this one little soft-ass short video for Fame to make my point. This is a man who walks into the restaurant. It's like a McDonald's, Burger King, I don't know. And he walks in because there's an irate customer. A dude that's been in there acting a damn fool multiple times. And he didn't press down on this man's kid. And now I want to let y'all know I don't condone this action, but I understand this action. Check it out.
You can see my music. You can listen to my music.
It's a lot going on.
He's trying to, bro, he on some bullshit. He is. Listen, boss, that's mine. Hey, motherfucking mouth, nigga. Play that shit or do something like that, nigga. You think you play with me, nigga? You wanna play with me? You can see my music. You can listen to my music.
It's a lot going on.
This is a father who's probably out of line, but that young man has been very aggressive to this young lady, and he's been threatening her. She works in the little Burger King or McDonald's, whatever it is. I'm not condoning the behavior of the father, but this young man been threatening this man's daughter, okay? He's been threatening her. And this man then told him, that's my daughter. You are not going to threaten my daughter. My daughter has no business being afraid of you. And I'm not saying that this is the right thing to do, but this is what happens out here when you talk crazy like that. Do you understand? People are not playing when it comes down to people threatening their kids. Too many little girls, 20 years old, being found in the woods with gunshot wounds. Too many little boys and fathers sitting in the courtroom hallways because some dumbass little boy that ain't got no respect for nobody then threw a little boy in the river and threw his baby, his daughter, in a garbage bag. This is what a father does when his family is threatened, whether you like it or not. This is the type of shit that's happening. Listen to what he's saying. Listen to what he says, the father. He don't want to hear shit. They pointed out the young man that's been threatening that man's daughter, and this is the outcome right here.
You can see my music. You can listen to my music.
It's a lot going on.
That little girl just said, okay, you can talk to my daddy. You can talk to my father. My father will be here. Y'all hear it in the background? He talking nonsense. And she like, well, you ain't gonna keep, you can talk to my daddy. My daddy will be here. She's obviously had problems with this little boy before because daddy was on deck. Daddy is on deck.
You can see my music. You can listen to my music.
It's a lot going on.
He's trying to, bro, he on some bullshit. He is. Listen, boss, that's mine. Hey, motherfucking mouth, nigga. Play that shit or do something like that, nigga. You think you playing with me, nigga? You wanna play with me? You can see my.
Like I said, I don't advocate for violence. But when you threatening my baby, you threatening my little girl, you a man, you a boy, you a man. And you think my daughter gonna call me for nothing? This is what's going on, bro. This is what I'm saying. When you run up on somebody's family, any man that don't step in, and if you ain't throwing the first punch, you don't know what somebody who's threatening your family will do. Hold on. Sorry about that. That was my daughter sending me a message. You know, daughter come first. No, sorry about that. I had to read a message from my baby. You get in that note and then you get a message. And that's what I was talking about, Fame. That's the only thing I was talking about the other day, bro. Is that when somebody pull up on the dad, I'm sorry, pull up on, sorry about that, guys. I just got a message from my daughter and it was like, you know what I'm saying? Daddy got to figure shit out with kids. My daughter has a situation going on up at the school and I'm trying to get it all worked out. So I apologize. This it couldn't have happened at a different time. You know what I mean? But that all being said, That's what real fathers do when they raise their kids. I'm not advocating the violence. I'm really trying not to be that guy that say, hey, go knock them out. I'm not suggesting that. I'm saying when you threaten somebody's daughter or their family, their wife or whatever, shit get different. It get different. And that's what I was talking about. Let me go to the phone lines real fast. I'm sorry, guys. I got a little distracted. I got some things going on. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
What's up, Wyatt?
What's going on, twin?
Okay, calling, man. Not a breath. He sound like Fame. He be in the country, man, in the sticks refereeing from the sound of it.
Yeah.
He ain't been to no real, real game or whatever. Growing up, it was, when I went to school and everything, it was gang banging and everything, White. When I went to school back and forth, so I knew what was going to go down. So I really didn't go too much to the games and everything, because you had one school vice lord, maybe this school, that, another. So I ain't too many deal with them games in the city until I moved to Mississippi. It was all right though, but yeah, them games, man, it's crazy. Why your Jamie Foxx thing?
Mm-hmm.
It was a testimony, man. That's all it was. It was a testimony, documentary type.
Okay.
And just like Monique was, just like Martin was, it was a testimony.
You got a point.
That's all it was. That's all it was, man. And now you can't knock them. Jamie Foxx, Wanda, and all that, and Martin and Monique and what they got. But he already said it. I'm coming out with this and everything. I'm gonna tell y'all what really took place. But that's all it was a testimony as I look at it. We know how Jamie get out from the scene, because I like when he sing, man. That's all. But because they're acting and all that, all that Wanda, it's old to us. If I go, I can't sit there and go to one of his comedy things right now and listen to that Wanda, because we already know how it is. It's old to us. So I don't think I'll go to him or Kevin Hart, none of them, because it's old now. Kev Will, yeah, I jumped down on Kev Will because he's fun and everything. But other than that, that was a testimony to me. I mean, it made me teary-eyed. I ain't gonna lie, Wyatt. I ain't gonna lie. I told E-Man yesterday. About tears to my eyes. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a man. But it about tears to my eyes. But it was a testimony, though. Just like Monique was and Martin was.
And you know what, twin? I didn't even think about it that way.
I looked at it.
You might have opened my eyes.
He was crying, and then especially when he brought his daughter out, and the guitar God saved his life with that guitar.
Yeah.
And he even said it and everything. So I know a couple of people was like that on deathbed, man. And it was the spirit that moved them and made them, because they was in a coma and everything else. And it took some type of God that was in that room to lift them up, whether it was through music or somebody whispering in your ear saying the blood of Jesus, something like that. Okay. Praying for you to rise from the dead or whatever. Because I've seen it happen. I thought, man, ain't no way she coming out of this. Almost 2 months or whatever, 30 days in a coma. She ain't coming out of this. By the grace of God, that lady doing well, man. To this day, she doing good and everything, man. Because she was out there at a young age, strung out, but by the grace of God, man, God healed her of what she was going through, because she was out of here, man. And dude, them calling you, checking you, calling you coons and albino. I mean, I've seen albino before. You don't look nothing like no albino to me.
I ain't worried about that shit, man.
No. I had to say something about it, because I was like, albino, do they know what albino really look like? Albino person really look like? And everything. But why'd I look back and look at this, man? See, at first I thought you was Republican and everything. I ain't gonna lie, I thought you was Republican, Wyatt. Until I started listening to you and what your point was, logic and everything else you went about, I was like, this guy's speaking knowledge now. I understand what he's talking about, but people weren't catching up to what you was talking about. You was always thinking you was just hitting the Democrats. No, he trying to set check y'all and let y'all know this how they playing y'all out here or whatever. Whether it's Republican, Democrat, they ain't picking no side, but basically you Democrats was doing it and everything and thinking it's okay and threw into the black people face. It's not okay. Just like yesterday when I hated I don't know what happened to that matter of Facebook, whatever, but it was been acting crazy for a week or two, couple of days.
Yeah.
But I caught man, I love when she come on, David Denise Marquetta. When she come on and you tag team together, man, it's on. I played it like 3 times, Wyatt. When I left here and then when I went home, I played it 3 times, listened to you and her back and forth.
Good.
And that's a bad combination, man. I hate to say it. I like when she come on and engage. Because, you know, because you can relate to her, she can relate to you. Y'all can settle y'all different, whether y'all right or wrong, but y'all come together as one at the end of the day. Y'all square it out.
Let me say something about that. Let me say something about that because you get a lot of flack. So I feel comfortable saying this while you're on the phone. You know, there's people that if you don't think like they think, then you're an op.
Yeah.
You're an op.
Yeah.
No matter what it is. You can care just as much about your own people as they think they do or as they do. But if you don't think like they think or see it the way they see it, then you got to be an op. And that's just not that, you know, everybody don't function that way, bro. That's certain mentalities that do that. And it's like Marquetta and I are on the same accord a lot, but we don't agree on everything. And you heard us both say, like, I don't agree on everything you say. You don't agree with what I say. But at the end of the day, we kind of, you know, we it's about what we trying to fix. And that's what it is. But just look, okay, twin, since you brought it up, you said you thought I was a Republican. Now, why would you wait a minute, hold on. No, I'm just repeating what you said. I just want to ask you a question about that. And I keep telling people that I'm an independent because I go in on both sides. It's just people will hear me go in on their side and totally ignore or not even pay attention to what I say about the other side because you're going in on their side and it's selective listening. That's all. I
want catching your drift.
Twin, let me just ask you this question.
I'm about to answer for you.
Okay.
I want catching your drift
answer
at
the
first.
Question that I didn't ask yet. Go ahead.
I want catching your drift at first. I'm like, man, why you down in the Democrat? Then I caught on. I'm like, oh, that's why. And so I had to, you know, go back and do some research. Like, this brother ain't lying and everything. That's why I was like, I'm feeling some type of way against this brother. He ain't sounding right to me. And then I did my homework and research. I'm like, this nigga ain't lying. He telling the truth. How this been played and how this. And then when you said something, it manifested itself and came to exist. I'm like, he wasn't lying. He sure said that. Look at him now. Look at the dominoes falling up there in that city council. And that's why I was, you know, had to really study on then ever since then, because I've been listening to you almost 3.5 years. But I never did call and engage. I just listened. And then when I started listening and everything, and I started, I'm like, man, he know what he talking about. At least somebody in the city know what they talking, standing up for the people, saying something. But you don't get that on other radio stations or other platforms. They want to hide behind the door and everything else and just push the little dumb stuff out. Because, you know, I'll say crazy stuff on it, but I don't, you know, mean no harm. And, hey, I'll give it to you how it is. Ain't no proper talking, nothing. It's twin all day. But I know how to act in public and everything. I ain't no dummy out here. That's one thing about twin, ain't no dummy. I'm not with the politicians and all that crazy stuff. Can talk about it a little bit, but I'm not with. I don't know nothing about that crazy mess, man. But a little bit of it. But hey, it is what it is, Wyatt. But I like how you and I was engaging. Like every time she get on here, I hate to say it, but hey, it's a 1-2 punch, man. When y'all get on here, and you know, I like listen to stuff like that. Let the people know because people in Cincinnati, oh, I like this person because I like that person. I think she'll be a good person. But at the end of the day, they ain't nothing. What have they done for y'all? And y'all quick to go vote for them and all that and everything else. What is they bringing to you? What is they really saying? We building this clubhouse. We building this nonprofit organization. Man, come with that, man. Nobody want to hear that. Go worry about his little doo-doo coming to school today. His little doo-doo got some Jordans eating clothes today. Hey, did he do his homework today? Why is he with little JoJo and JoJo just got out of jail? Come on, man. Come on. Where's the Churnoffs? Y'all don't mention them no more. Or the Help Each One Teach One program or something like that. It's always a nonprofit. Oh, we got this sunflower seed ass building coming over here or something like this. Let's go help y'all. We got the Pamper coming and everything. Y'all dish y'all Pamper, but people rent paid what's that? whatever that, not the Negro League, what's that thing on Red and Roll? Whatever they help you out with your lights and all that. I forgot the name of it. But anyway, man, it is what it is, White. Yesterday you talked about Jessica Jackson out of Chicago.
Who?
Jessica Jackson.
Oh, okay. Her name came up. Yes.
Man, I listen to her all the time. And she was calling them out, which they need somebody like that strong here in Cincinnati to call these people out who they vote for. They did wrong for what they doing and everything else. I hate to say it, why the Democrat Party is shot. They're gonna need somebody strong. When they come back in 2000, what, 8, 6, 7, whatever the next 4-year program go, they need somebody strong who's gonna cover it for them. Because bring her back out ain't gonna do it, or whoever. They need somebody real strong and young. I know old, somebody young, at least mid-50s or something, early 50s. They need somebody strong, White. That's all I have to say. I think, besides them kids, though, man, Wyatt, I think they need more, I don't know, sheriff, detectives, whoever. Like, listen here, you act a dunk if you want to. I'm not Mace Ops to tase every last one of y'all up in here. Matter of fact, y'all want to play like kids out here, run on the court. Hey, ain't gonna be no more games. Your mom and dad just can come. All you students and all that, y'all staying home. Y'all want to act a donkey like this. Hey, let that be the punishment, man.
Coming in the stadium. That's what they're doing. They're limiting them.
Besides the wine, talking about cutting people, canceling games and all that, whatever you talking about, he go prosecute you, man. Go on with that, man. But yeah, y'all won't do that shit in Brown County and all that, but y'all want to do it in y'all own hood. Come on, black folk. Don't do that.
Yeah, those fights and all that disruption do happen in them games in Butler counties and in different.
They don't. If they do, they don't get the flack like we do. They don't, right?
Well, no,
they are quick to put Woodward and whatever Hughes on TV.
Well, that's because it's local. It's a local thing. But if you go on YouTube and if you search high school fights,
I understand that, Wyatt, but they don't put it like that. North College Hill got shot up. It wasn't even nobody in the game at North College Hill. It was somebody that's on the streets that shot towards the school.
But that was too close. It was too close to not affiliated with, because what they're saying is, you know how it is at these games, bro. Sometimes the games are packed and sold out, and then some drama happen out in the parking lot or right on the same block. And they're going to affiliate it with the game, because if the game didn't go, that's not a prevalent, that's not a place that gun violence happens or shooting happens. It took that game to put the people there for that violence to happen. So now they're going to affiliate the game to the incident. You see what I'm saying? That's the nature of the beast.
No, you can't do that. Why? If I come in there and shoot, if I come in there with a bang on me and shoot the game up, catch Wyatt out there and I shoot Wyatt, who I'm looking for, I came in there and shot Wyatt and sat there. I'm inside the same, but my problems outside ain't got nothing to do with that game.
Okay.
Or none of that. Okay. Come on, man. Wake up. They try to throw that crazy. Well, we is not going there. They try to throw, I don't know, shoot shots at the black community. No, don't go there. We ain't gonna have that. We ain't gonna have that because they like to fight out there and no college. We gonna have it out there. Matter of fact, we're gonna take it all the way in the stick. That's how they gonna play y'all.
But there is a level of threat. Twin, I gotta say, I can't blame the team not wanting to come.
It's a level of threat. Why? But man, the white folks try to do people like that, man.
Now, come on,
don't
man.
go there,
no, bro.
Man,
listen,
come on, man.
If you don't want white folks scared to come to your stadium, stop shooting and having fights at your stadium.
Damn it, have a parent conference meeting or a sports meeting, an AD meeting. Listen here, coaches. Listen here. They want to shut this shit down for real. They want to shut it. Listen here. If you don't get your damn players together, you get the fuck out. We'll get somebody else, substitute teachers, somebody to do these games. You up there fucking without the people money and everything else and now trying to make it to the playoffs. Come on, man. Get this stuff together. Let the AD or principal talk to them.
Well, the way.
Come on, man. Shut it down. We not going to fight. It's a way to doing things, right? Come on, man.
Let me help. Suspensions, expulsions, and all that are up in schools. So the respecting respecting authority is out of the window. All right, because first of all, if you don't have any respect for the authority in a home, how you gonna respect authority anywhere else? And the bottom line is, you're asking the AD and the principals and all these public school officials to put the the hammer down on these kids, when these kids, some of them don't care how big your hammer is. They gonna do what they gonna do, and the deterrents don't work anymore. They just don't work, bro.
Well, Wyatt, stop
But
it.
you just
Stop
said,
it, Wyatt. Stop playing. Stop playing.
wait a minute,
Wyatt.
brother. Wait a minute.
I'm a 54 person in the league, in our league, to make it to the D1 division. You think I'm about to fuck up my scholarship for y'all? Hell no.
Bruh.
I ain't about to let, what? There's
Bruh.
ways to doing it. Why stop playing, making excuses, man? There's ways to do it. Come on, man.
What is it? Name
Man,
one.
listen here. If I was a coach and my players clowning like that, I'm going in that huddle. We going in this back room. I'm breaking every chalkboard on here. Listen here, you niggas. I ain't come for this bullshit.
So wait a minute. So are you
It takes
suggesting? Wait a minute. Hold
opportunity
on.
to do that, man. Come on, Wyatt.
Let me ask you a question, Twin. You say I'm making up excuses. I'm not. I'm just giving you some facts of what's really going on. Are you suggesting?
You're a blocker.
I'm not a blocker, bro. But let me just say this to you. Are you suggesting that these coaches don't have these conversations pregame or during the week at practice of them keeping
Evidently,
they
they
cool?
don't. They acting a donkey out there.
No, they do have these conversations, Twin. The players sometimes just don't care because guess what, bro? There's parents in the stadium and they gonna show out for their uncle. They gonna show out for their cousin. And if they get into it on a kid, if they get into it with a kid on the court and they get into the bumping a little bit and they start, fighting or getting into a tussle and the uncle or the brother or the cousin come out of the stands, now it's all the way up from that point. And that's the problem. I'm not down on some kids that push and shove out on the court. That's the nature of competitiveness. That happens. But when it goes up is when the parents and the people in the stands are running out here and they escalating the problems. And I don't, as an outside parent, if my kids went to Sycamore or somewhere out in the suburbs somewhere, I would have a problem going to a school that has a reputation of having fights on the court and it not being dealt with. I would have a problem with that. Because my parents ain't running out on the court like that.
Man, we didn't do that back in our day.
No,
man.
Our parents didn't. My mom ran out on the field one time for me because I got hit by a ball and I fell down and she thought I was knocked out. I got hit by the pitcher. You know what I mean? But she didn't run out there until Coach Craig said, "Come get Randy." But she didn't run out there all mad because the pitch. Look, bro, in white communities and black communities, in white communities in baseball, I've seen a pitcher hit 3 or 4 kids and a parent run out on the field because the pitcher must be throwing at them kids on purpose. I've seen that. And this ain't got no color on it. This is just ignorant parents.
But I think, to be honest, though, I think it's just a social media issue to me.
See,
I bet you.
Yeah, probably play a big part in it
Hey,
as well.
I bet y'all scored 30. I bet y'all scored on gang in them. I bet y'all phone them. I bet y'all scored 30. You ain't go do nothing, you bitch ass nigga and all that. And you scored 30 on. You still a bitch. I'm a what? Pop, 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 pop. They set it off up again. That's how it be. Why right now?
Well, back in our day, the worst thing that can happen to an away team is when they came to our school. If they beat us at our school, now y'all know, y'all do know this is many moons and a long time ago. But if their teams beat us, sometimes we might go to their bus after the game and rock the boat. Bus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we wasn't about to fight. We wasn't about to get into it.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
It wasn't about to be what you see out on the court these days. And I'm telling you, bro, I have no problem with these kids getting into a little scuffle out on the court. I ain't got no problem with that. Trust me. That's not what the problem is. The problem is the blowback from the stands and the parents.
Yeah.
That's really the problem. The problem is the people that run out on the court and make things worse. You can handle the players because you could tell the coaches, like if Fame was the referee, he could tell the coaches, look, these guys got texts. They out of here.
Fame can't be the referee here. No. Tell somebody else.
Well, I'm just saying. Twin, I gotta go, man. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get. Appreciate you, man. All right. Twin was all over the place on that one. I'm just gonna say, I don't know. I didn't even know where to start. I probably could have spent another 10 minutes trying. You know, he never answered the question that he never answered the question that I never got out. He assumed that I had already asked the question. I don't know if y'all peeped that, but I said, Fame, let me ask. I'm sorry, excuse me. I said, Twin, let me ask you a question. I'm about to answer it. Let me ask you a question. Be quiet, Wyatt. I'm about to answer it. I'm like, bro, don't you have to hear the question before you can actually answer it? I mean, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know. I was gonna show y'all a video. As much as it troubles me to agree with Fame sometime, let me see if I can find this one video, and then I gotta go. I really have to go. I have some things I have to take care of. I want to show y'all, you know, Fame said something some time ago, and I didn't always agree. I don't agree with some of his things that he say when he says old people talk crazy to kids. I agree to that, but I also believe that some discipline should be going on in the house where when even if an old 70 or 80-year-old man talk to you crazy, you should have enough respect for an elder person not to do what you would do to somebody that was probably your age. But I want to show y'all, this kind of falls in the category, and I'll talk about it a little bit more tomorrow, if you don't mind, because I'm out of time today. But I want to show you what a bad teacher look like. All right, I want to show y'all what a bad teacher look like and what a bad, I'll pick up and we'll talk about it tomorrow. I'm going to leave a video here for y'all to see it, and I'll put it on my page so you all can get it, find what I'm saying to be wrong, right, indifferent, whatever. But Fame has said some things about old people talk bad to young people, and that's a problem. And this is kind of my, you know, Fame's point and my point working in one video. Because what did I say? Fame is right when he says some of them talk so disrespectful that it's just crazy and these kids lose it. And then my comeback to his point is, well, if you're raised right, you would have enough respect for that old person, that elderly, that you don't punch them. Because nothing that an elderly person could say to me could make me put hands on them. So this has both of our points mixed up in one. I want to show you this video. This is an old, because this is how Fame says it. I'm going to use his words. Old black man talking greasy to kids in the classroom. Let me leave that. Let me put that in there. This is an old black man teacher talking to a young black man in a very disrespectful way. And this young man didn't do anything, and he did what he was supposed to do. But the teacher was wrong. I'm going to tell you this right now. I don't know what this kid said. I don't know what this kid did. But the reaction from the teacher, I can't defend the teacher at all. The teacher is wrong in my book. Check it out. Let me know what you think.
Out my class. Get up out my class, man.
Stop raising your voice.
I ain't stop raising my voice at you. Who you think you talking to?
I ain't worried about none of that. Just calling them.
Man, you better get what you gonna do. You act like you some kind of bad boy. I'll show you a man. Out my class. Get up out my class, man.
Stop raising your voice.
I ain't stop raising my voice at you. Who you think you talking to?
I ain't worried about none of that. Just calling them.
Man, you better get what you gonna do. You act like you some kind of bad boy.
That teacher dead ass wrong. He got to be a substitute. I'm just saying, I don't know how somebody would survive a whole year being a regular teacher, that can't be the math teacher or the science teacher or the social study teacher. There's no way in hell that man is that angry and he does that job every day. He needs to retire. Carolyn Smith said, I need to know what happened before the teacher started yelling. See, here's the thing, Carolyn, I agree with that. But let me stop agreeing. I agree what you're saying, but it don't matter what that young man said. When that teacher got aggressive, stood up, and went and got in that young man's face, that's not professional. If that young man would have threw a punch to that teacher, I don't know if I can defend the violence, but I would have understood. Because I personally would have probably been scared that this grown-ass man coming at me, yelling and getting in my face and in my space. I would feel like I got to defend myself. That's me. That teacher is out of line. That's the teacher. See, if this was the problem every time, I would say, yeah, Cincinnati Public School, and I'm not, for the record, this may not be Cincinnati Public School. This was just a teacher. I'm just saying, if this is the reason why kids was putting their hands on teachers, I couldn't defend Cincinnati Public School or any teachers. I wouldn't be able to defend it. This man is out of line. This is a grown-ass man. I don't care what this child said, what this student said to this man. There's no way in hell you're supposed to jump up like you're not this little boy. You're not this young man's father. You don't know what this little boy going through at home. You don't know if he's being abused. You don't know what he's going through. For you to take the aggressive role with him, you're asking for aggression. Regina said he didn't put his hands on that kid. He was just yelling, right? Did I miss something? Yeah, you missed a lot. You see, a lot of people got this notion that if you like, you have to put your hands on somebody for them to be threatened. No, I'm sorry. A threat comes from a vocal. A threat doesn't mean you're past the threat once they put contact on you. A threat is a vocal or emotion that you can make towards someone that could lead somebody to give you a reaction. So when this man is yelling at if he would have just been sitting down yelling at the young man, I would have said, damn, he yelling like a damn fool. That's messed up. He shouldn't even talk to that little boy like that. That's what I would be saying. But when I say this man got up and came at you aggressively, what did the man do to that other young dude in the Burger King in there on that video? What did he do? He walked in, he got in that man's space, in his space, and he threw a punch right away. It was a threat when he walked up on him. Now it's physical contact when he throws the punch, right? If that teacher would have approached that young man with that type of rage, and that young man would have threw a punch, I personally would have said that young man was defending himself. It wouldn't have took that grown-ass man, it wouldn't have took that teacher to put hands on the kid for that kid to feel threatened. Now, y'all know how I am. I'm going to be honest. I keep it 100. If it would have went any other way, this is opinion. If it would have went any other way, I would have told the truth and just been like, hey, man, well, I don't know what this kid did. He did some shit. If he got in this man's face, that teacher had every right to defend himself. Just like I said, the cell phone teacher who got into a fight with the kid. The kid threw the punch first. The teacher came back and finished it. Amber said, what happened? Let me show it again, because it's very short. Let me show it again so y'all know what I'm talking about here. Check it out.
Out my class. Get up out my class, man.
Stop raising your voice.
I ain't stop raising my voice at you. Who you think you talking to?
I ain't worried about nothing, nigga. Cause I'm calling them.
Man, you better get what you gonna do. You act like you some kind of bad boy. I'll show you a man. Out my class. Get up out my class, man.
Stop raising your voice.
I ain't stop raising my voice at you. Who you think you talking to?
I ain't worried about nothing, nigga. Cause I'm calling them.
Man, you better get what you gonna do.
What you gonna do? Get up, get out my class. You go get in this young man's face? What? Bro, this is not teacher behavior. This is the shit that Fame was talking about. This is when you out of line, talking crazy, and you asking the kid, well, what the fuck? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Do it. I'll show you a man. This is the opposite of what I've been saying. If all the cases was like this, then I wouldn't even have a leg to stand on. But this old man right here just ran into the right one. This young man, no matter what he said or how he had that man in his feelings, this young man had enough gumption and had enough home training not to put his hands on this man. I bet you everybody on here could name a person or know somebody that if a teacher like that got to that kid and did what he did, that teacher would have been in trouble. That teacher would have been in a fight. Now, this is a very small percentage of how this shit really go. It is not the full video. But this man, come on, who's defending the teacher? Somebody tell me that this is proper. Somebody tell me that this man couldn't have handled this a little bit different. And if it would have got physical, whose fault would it have been? One more time for the road.
Out my class. Get up out my class, man.
Stop raising your voice.
I ain't stop raising my voice at you. Who you think you talking to?
I ain't worried about nothing, nigga. Cause I'm calling them.
Man, you better get what you gonna do. You act like you some kind of bad boy. I'll show you a man.
I'll show you a man. You act like you some bad boy. Now, see, I'm going to tell you, you got to be careful what you say. I'll be honest, the little boy would have been bad. It would have been bad for him if he would have threw a punch. But this man was He got up out of his chair. See, that's the first strike for me. You got up out of your teacher's chair, got in the young man's face. All you had to do was tell him to leave. You told him to leave, get out of the classroom. Once the young man started getting up and going, you don't have no business jumping up in front of this young man and escorting him out. He was doing what you told him to do. All that you think I show you a man, do something. What you gonna do? He's asking for it. Sorry. This young man got some home training. Because I know some dudes that would have dealt with that totally different. I'm going to tell you right now, that teacher is fried. He didn't had enough of teaching. His days of teaching are over. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? The reason why I say that is because once you're disciplined and once you don't have any more discipline within yourself, once you lose the discipline within yourself, there's no way you can discipline anyone else. Peace and love to everybody, man. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Same place, same time, 1 o'clock right here. Wyatt Live. Catch you tomorrow. Holla.
Fine chalk line and put the needle to the climb. Representing one kind, seeing out for the blind. Witness what I carry on bears a further purpose. From how we do slam a few, then you wanna purchase a dialogue of funk. You love to pop it in your trunk. I win more discipline than the Shaolin monk. Pete Rock and CL, well set this market. The powerful target to destroy the black market. But when you say black, listen, I don't know, you lose me. I guess another beggar can't afford to be choosy. I come to the maximum, artist on the major label. Any duplication of this one is failed. On 125, I gotta hit your live. You should ask what my tape, any race or shape. Cause if they got mine, they got yours too. But together, here's what we gotta do. I pass on, fluency for high rates. Every time we sample over pastime breaks, stick it in the SP 1200 beat. I make a loop, lovely way to troop in the Lexus group. Just a little bit set to make a whole lot happen. The musical inside my rapping, written by the CL, produced by the PR, and any credit that you heard thus far. Let's start from scratch to the bassline's critical. Better than the original who first made it. Now you wanna sue me, but fans never boo me. Believe I know the times we've been broke too, G. Here's another simple clear, see you get the hell out of here. Like a bootleg, you're open for the year. You only get the credit where the credit is due. So listen, what I shout out is true.